So sad and lone, the helpless lad, a moment was his name. He ventured out to find a friend, learn about his band. Disappoint him and he would remain alone. But then the cars began to whisper in his ear. It would confirm what was the Momo's biggest fear. It pledged to never shall someone become his friend. It pledged that he shall be alone until the end. The sorrow and despair became too much to bear. Realized what he had done. Too late it was for him, for them. The evil curse had won. The anger and the anguish overwhelmed his fragile soul. Caused a wicked tantrum he never could control.
Make some noise for Alice Way. All right, good morning, gamers. So, how are we doing this morning? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second day of GameOn 2016. Are you ready to party? All right, so we had a lot of fun yesterday. If you weren't able to participate in our Saturday events, you missed out bigly, as Mr. Trump puts it. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a lot of stuff going on. We had we finally found out who will be the Counter-Strike Go finalists of this evening. And VWS Gaming and Alpha Gaming teams won the semifinals and are going to battle it out for the CSGO Cup today. And of course, we had a wonderful cosplay competition at the cosplay stage. We found out who will be representing Lithuania in Portugal in Cosplay World Masters, and it's my favorite League of Legends character, champion, Captain Misfortune. She was really, really lovely yesterday. I had a pic with her. And ladies and gentlemen, today we'll continue with our wonderful activities. Yesterday we had two lines of conferences, one for fun and one for education. Also, we had a lot of gaming. We had some 3D standing in line action yesterday. Who participated in the standing in line action yesterday? Ooh, that was fun, right? And today we will continue our conferences, which couldn't happen without our conference partner, the largest video game development studio in Lithuania, Nord Current. And they are here in the expo floor. And you can try out their brand new title, worldwide brand, who was announced just yesterday, Sniper Arena. Try it out, it's really, really cool. And of course, all of this wouldn't be possible without our friends and partners. We have a lot of awesome screens, and those are provided for us by our good friend LG. Make some noise for LG. And of course, we have amazing, amazing computers who came from our grand sponsor, Inida. Make some noise for Inida. And of course, a lot of you didn't sleep yesterday, and we thank for and for that we thank the Monster Energy. Yeah! And of course, today you will have the chance to experience our 2 tracks of conferences. We have a chance to take a glance at our amazing work of cosplayers in the cosplay parade, where each and every cosplayer, even the ones who didn't register, can participate in the event. So at 1 p.m. we'll meet at the cosplay stage. And of course, let's not forget the amazing expo halls, shopping area, YouTuber and streamer zone, console playroom by Topo Centras, and family zone. So a lot of fun going on today. And unless you are thirsty for a thrill of EA Sports, on this stage later today, we will see Star Show, which I will be competing in. We will be playing, me and 9 other guys will be playing NBA 2K17. Any NBA fans here? Thank you, 3 NBA fans. Yes, yes. And of course, since we don't have a lot of NBA fans, yeah, thank you, Guy. We will be playing Counter-Strike Go. We'll have the finals, but it's not the only final for today. Right now, the stage is ready for GameOn League of Legends Cup. Make some noise, League of Legends fans! Yes! Yes! And to bring out the cup, we have a guy who represents the League of Legends Riot Games. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Riot Amorsa! Where's that cup at?
Whoa, thank you, Justin. It's an amazing experience to see so many of you today here. I don't know how many of you watched the finals last night, like today in the morning. You had patience to stay till 6 a.m. in the morning to watch SKT versus Samsung? Someone? Yeah. That's why I have red eyes staying the whole night watching the games, the monitor. Guys, I'm really happy to be today here. I was actually yesterday as well at the LG booth playing a couple of games with you. I'm really happy to be here in Vilnius at GameOn, and the experience that I had in these 2 days here was incredibly overwhelming for me. Like, I've met so many amazing people yesterday, and I really want to thank you all for being here, for attending this kind of events, because for me it was a hell of a trip to come from Dublin to here. I spent like 12 hours in the plane, like flying with different planes. But I'm more than happy to be here, and I really want to say thank you guys for being an amazing community. Remember that you are the fuel that basically is pumping into these tournaments. You are the guys that is providing us the energy to be able to be together with our teams, our organizers, our chatcasters, our streamers, our cosplayers from all over the world. And for that, I want to ask you to give yourself a big round of applause for being such an amazing community. Thank you.
Thank you, Red. Thank you, Red, and welcome to Lithuania. All right, so are you ready to see the League of Legends Cup finalists? Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the guys who are going to battle it out for this cup. Let's make some noise for Gameplay DNA. Show me some love for Dolphin CS LoL. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in the top lane we have Gameplay DNA's Carissas. And he's gonna be facing Dolphin CS.LOL's Prex. Now a little rumble in the jungle. It's Mr. And facing him in the jungle, it's Mr. Divider. Ladies and gentlemen, the mid laner. We have in the mid lane, Arnex. And facing him, it's Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, attack, damage, carry positions. The first one is Ritix. And from DolphinCS.LOL, it's Nofas. And ready to put some assists on. Last but not least, his supporting roles. Make some noise for Xavielis! Xavielis! And D to the G, it's Double G! So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, make some noise for Gameplay DNA! And now let's hear it for DolphinCS.LOL! And now let's show them some love. Ladies and gentlemen, make some really, really big noise for GameOn League of Legends Cup finalists. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay, take your seats. Are you guys ready? Okay, let's do a roll call. I'd like to hear, make some noise, everyone that prefers to go ADC. Okay, make some noise, our mid laners. Let's hear it from junglers. Let's hear it from top laners. And now let's hear it from our supporters. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's have a look of how the teams got to the finals. We're presenting to you the road to the finals.
To hold our head up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risks to follow, we have felt it all crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless words colliding, only one will take it all. And we bring to fall the giants, and we make the final call. We are the ones to ignite the darkened sky, the champions of the world that we defy. A solemn reign of the few rise up high, and we all fight at the last hearing voices from afar, see the diamonds when we cut them falls. Risk it all, take nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack. Stars are rising, countless words colliding. Only one will take it all. We begin to fall the giants and make the final call. We are the ones to ignite the darkened sky, the champions of the world that we defy. A solemn reign of the few rise up high, and we all fight at the last.
Seeing Cannon, enemy team. Oh my god, a flash engage from Cannon.
Oh,
Nice
and a nice
shockwave.
combo. Well played by Nog. I'm on Arnax.
Oh, mid lane is getting intense. Domus is using his ultimate, but so much damage coming out from Arnax and a solo kill. Arnax gets a kill on Syndra.
He gets exhausted, and what is Nopaz gonna do? Is he gonna fight? Double G gets his shield up. Mister is still fighting. He's gonna get his due. At least that's it.
We are the ones who ignite the darkened sky, the champions of the world that we defy. The solemn reign of the few rise up high, and we all fight at the last light.
Let's hear it for Alice Way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the battle is about to begin. But first, let me give the stage to our wonderful casters, our master tongue twisters. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Žygimantas, simple nickname Kriščiūnas, and Algirdas, chosen Gricius. Take it away, boys.
It's lovely to have everyone here. Thank you, Justas, for this awesome introduction. I'm joined today with Žygimantas, simple nickname Kriščiūnas.
And it's, as Justas mentioned before, it's a chosen one, Algirdas Gricius. Also, I want you all to make some noise again for the finalists who fought their stage onto the final against some teams from Spain, Denmark, Latvia, UK, and they're here, both Lithuanian teams on the final stage. So Vilnius, make some noise for both of the teams! Woo!
I can feel the hype.
Yeah.
It's so fun having to cast in an event, actually not from a studio, where you have a live crowd behind you and you can hear everything around you. I think the players are really happy as well because they can appreciate the atmosphere right here, right now.
They're getting ready. I see they're already in the team select, so we're tuning into the game probably shortly. And what is your expectations? What are your expectations?
Of course, I would like to see 3 games because we only have a best of 3. We had some awesome games yesterday in the World's Finals. SKT taking it home for the third time.
For the third time.
Yeah, so I would like to see 3 games. Both teams should battle out pretty equal, I think, because as we saw, they had some missteps coming in through the qualifiers, losing some games, winning in the end. But yeah, I think most of the games should be focused on the mid game, where we're gonna see a lot of action coming in.
I'm just going full hype train for gameplay DNA. I'm just a true fanboy because Arnax, come on, look at him. True phenomenal players. Probably the best mid laner in Lithuania and best jungler. I'm so ready to see what's happening under that trash talk because everybody in Lithuanian scene is trash talking one another, and now they're gonna show up who's the better one.
Yeah, and we actually saw yesterday on Real Talk, Zareen was mentioning that trash talk is what is important for the players, because you're risking your reputation when you're trash talking someone, and if you don't deliver, you will get flamed by the community like a lot. You will get a lot of slack, a lot of trash talk, and the community is brutal. It really is. We have a community in Lithuania. It's not that big as the whole Europe, but as we see,
brutal as a worldwide community.
Compared to other countries, I think Lithuanians are pretty brutal indeed.
But that's a good point, because we're forcing them to improve.
Yeah, I think trash talk is really important for improving, because you know
you should take care, because Riot Atarsi is here.
That's
he
true.
might ban you.
He might ban me, yeah.
Unlucky.
Because it's really interesting when you see those rivalries coming in from different players, because eventually they build up into something. If, for example, Double G is a Fnatic substitute, so eventually if we see some Lithuanian players back in the LCS, we had Karalius, we had Extinct representing Lithuania. So if we have those players eventually in LCS playing versus each other, it builds up into something big.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important for the scene and for the whole region in general.
I want you all guys to remind you that we're playing on 6.21 patch. It's not the same patch that Worlds were played on.
I think it was 6.18.
6.18, yeah. So Aurelion Sol is not as strong as it was.
Yeah, true.
Even the mid laner of SSG was playing Crown, yeah.
Yeah, Crown.
Aurelion Sol. And now we're playing on 6.21, so no more on Aurelion Sol. Resident Sleeper plays. We're gonna see some more mechanical mid laners, and of course, true dilemma in bot lane, because Nofas is AD carry, Double G is AD carry as well. I heard some tactics that they're gonna swap under some circumstances. If they want to play Jhin, they might be playing a Double G as AD carry. So I'm really excited to see what are their strategies.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting, the bot lane in itself, because we have really good players on the bot lane sides, on both sides. As I said, Double G is a Fnatic substitute. Nofas won, I think, Beta LAN event, the last one. And we're having Ritix and Javier, as they were both very well-known players. So I think the bot lane matchup in itself is going to be really interesting.
And they proved it in the qualifiers. They won against G2V, they won against Perilous Void, and probably one of the best teams from Latvia, GoXanimo LV. So it wasn't even a fair fight, I would say. It was pretty easy game for them, and now they're fighting their title, the best Lithuanian team, the best Baltic team. And oh man, I'm excited to see what's happening, especially in the mid lane and the jungle, because they're talking a lot and now they have to stand for their words.
I think mid lane and jungle is really important in this current patch and metagame.
Yeah.
I heard Dopa saying that as a mid laner, you have to force out the summoner spells, and you have to help the jungler to take the skull grab, you have to take the buffs to control it. And we saw that in the finals last night, where Bengi and Faker were...
True sportsmanship of Lithuania.
When Bengi and Faker were constantly contesting those buffs and denying Lee Sin
I think that the players are ready. They're writing they're ready. Can we get into the champion select?
It would be a pleasure. It would be a pleasure indeed.
Have you seen Domas playing anything else but Victor? Because I was checking his match history. He was spamming Victor, so I'm expecting Gameplay DNA to go for some Victor bans.
Maybe Victor is like his go-to champion to get his mechanics up, you know? Because it's really important to lane pretty well with Victor, because if you get behind, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, indeed.
And yeah,
And it's an immobile mage.
Yeah,
all the immobile mages are in current meta, and these two aggressive junglers, Mr. and Divide, are probably going to show up in the mid lane a lot. And we're in champion select already. Can we get into the next scene?
Oh, that's perfect.
Everybody's disconnected. Oh yeah, the Jhin ban.
Jhin ban, actually,
it's targeted to the Nova, so we might see in the Double G going for ADC. I'm really excited to see what's happening. Oh wait, Nidalee going in for Mr. Probably a lot of jungle and AD carry bans are gonna appear in this champion select. Victor goes out of the game. It's obviously targeted for Domas, so Domas is forced to play something else, not comfortable pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward ban. If a player is playing constantly one champion, you just ban it. Why would you leave it? We're seeing Poppy being banned out for the top lane attack.
I think it's for the Karasas.
Maybe.
Actually, he haven't played a lot in the Lithuanian scene, so I'm kind of excited what he has to pull off.
Yeah, well,
last time he was playing Trundle or Gnar, but now Gnar is kind of out of meta, so...
Well, Gnar is still a safe pick, I think, considered for the top lanes, because we saw that the junglers don't really opt for that top lane pressure, top lane ganks. Usually it's a lane that's left behind. They play 1 versus 1 for the whole game. And we're seeing actually Syndra banned out by Dolphin CS LoL. And
2 mid laners and 2 junglers. But probably the most aggressive junglers are taken out of the game, so we're probably gonna see a settle down early game and not so much action coming in for Mr. But I want to remind you something, that Lee Sin is open, and that might be it. He might first pick Lee, because Mr. is known well for his amazing insect kicks. I'm really excited to see what's going on in the first pick.
Yeah, and the first pick just lets you show the face what they're going to plan out. Are they going to pick a jungler or a support or a mid laner even, probably? We never know.
Oh, Jace was left open. Oh, my.
As we know, Arnax has showed some prominence on that Jace pick. Really, really good for him.
Whenever Arnax is playing in a competitive tournament in Lithuania, Jace is always permabanned, and now probably they left it out. It might be a mistake, I don't know.
Jace
but
is actually really strong in these matches. Also going for that no mana region build and doing tons of damage. Having his combo deal almost full of their health at level 7-5, just amazing.
And now
Orianna hovered
they're probably hovering because they're trying to steal away from Arnax. Arnax's champion pool isn't as wide as Domas. They both are settled down mid laners, and they're focusing on 2 free champions. So 2 champions are already banned, so he's taken 1 away. And he mentioned before that he's playing some Rise, but not so many games.
And I think Orianna and Olaf are really good against Chase, because you can just chase him down. Jace is also immobile, and he's really squishy in those early stages. In the mid game, he's really strong with his poke and abilities, but considering they have Olaf and Orianna giving constant speed buffs, I'm not sure. And actually, yeah, I was thinking about Karma, just adding on top of the Olaf pick, and DNA sees that, and they just pick Karma Caitlyn.
I think that Caitlyn pick is really important, because the best AD carry for Double G is Caitlyn, and Nofas is known for his Jhin, so they're banning Jhin away, taking Caitlyn, so 2 main AD carry champions are taken away, and they have to consider what's going to happen now.
We might see an Ezreal pick, because Ezreal has seen a lot of play. He's a pretty safe standard AD. But yeah, as I said, the Karma pick, I think it's a really important thing to take from Dolphin CS LoL, because Olaf with that Karma shield...
you cannot let Olaf and Karma appear in the same team. Oh, Vayne being hovered. I guess it's just a troll.
Might be a troll, because it's a really hard lane, Karma Caitlyn. We still have Zyra as a support pick.
I'd really love to see Vayne, though. Especially in solo queue. I love solo queue Vaynes. Feels good, man.
Just juicy. All right, Ezreal being hovered over, and we might see an Ezreal Zyra. I really picked into the Jace, I guess. Yeah. It might be a flex pick still, because they have Arnax, and Karasas might be playing Jace top lane as well.
And Karma is a flex pick as well. You did not mention it before. You can play Karma in the mid lane. It's not so often right now, but you can still do the same. So
yeah, you can choose your strategy. Why not? If you have some, well, what's open for mid lane? What else?
Rise is a top tier pick. The top 1 mid laner currently is Syndra. Syndra is taken away by the bans, and now you have to pick Rise or just...
But it's pretty scary to pick Rise against that Olaf and really...
You just have to work on your position, man. Oh, they have Shen, so they have a lot of peel, so Rise isn't that tricky for them to pick.
But they have to, if they're picking Shen, they're picking Jason to the mid lane, I think.
Oh yeah, I did messed out.
A blackout for a moment.
Yeah, messed up. Happens.
Happens. Oh, Hecarim hovered over. Hecarim is pretty strong with those items, but he needs a lot of gold early on to be useful.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, Rise.
Rise and Hecarim, really interesting combination. Coming in with that Karma, I think it's a pretty good combo. They have a lot of disengage.
They have tons of movement speed.
The siege potential for Caitlyn, Jace, it's pretty amazing to be honest. And eventually, if you have a big enough lead, you can just dive with Rise and Hecarim. But the interesting plays that you can do with
with Rise ultimate.
Yeah.
You can just leave the teleporting ground away and then make a sandwich out of a Dolphin CS steal.
And now Dolphin CS LoL are thinking about the last pick. What should they do? What support is gonna fulfill their composition? I think they're in a tough position right now. DNA picked quite a good team composition concerning the mid game and the early game even.
Bard is still open. If you're playing against a mobile mid laner like Rise, it's really not so difficult to catch him with Bard ultimate, so Bard might be the option.
5 seconds and Alistar being locked in. Okay, so Alistar is going to be their frontline as well. So we're seeing a lot of strong frontline champions on Dolphin CS LoL team, while Gameplay DNA has quite a squishy composition coming into that, but they have a lot of damage, especially in the mid game when Hecarim finishes his Cinder Hulk enchantment and Trinity Force. They might just one-shot Nofas, for example, because as we know, Ezreal in the mid game, well, he's pretty squishy, considering that he's going to lane versus Caitlyn Karma.
Yeah, the laning phase is absolutely tough for Nofas right now, but the both teams are aware that it's a marathon, not a sprint for them, because it's a best-of-3 match. They're going all in with the crazy compositions, with the siege compositions, so maybe the next game is going to be settled down, but this time they're just going full ham with aggressive junglers.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot of interesting movements from Olaf and Hecarim. I think Olaf should consider pushing his limits into Mr. Jungle, because Orianna and Olaf should be stronger 2 versus 2.
It depends really on the mid lane, because if Arnax manages to push away Domas away, then the junglers will be capable of invading the jungle.
Sure. It's all about the mid lane and the synergy between those two players. Because if you do a gank on Arnax, for example, he has to stay under his tower.
Yeah, he has cleanse. He has cleanse against that 2-second prison. Oh, I mean Domas. He swapped out. He switched to exhaust. That's actually really
interesting. Yeah.
Really interesting choice, because you have to get that cleanse against.
He might be scared of the Hecarim going in.
Right. We're getting back into the game with the Summoner's Whip.
Are you people ready for this awesome game? All right.
I think we're ready.
I think we're ready. We're ready for sure. All right, teams are going. Actually, DNA might be going for an
so
invade.
this time they're not taking the safe path. Finally, they're going in for some crazy invades in level 1.
Finally, some tactics coming into the finals.
That's what I miss about lane swaps, because everybody was invading, getting their deep vision, and now they're just going in for bot lane cheese. They might even wait in the second bush.
Wow, okay, interesting tactics. Oh,
they will meet up. They will meet up.
Yes, they will, and this might be the death
they
of
get spotted by Nofas.
It's going to be forced.
Flash prison on Nofas, and it's Let's go in for Gameplay DNA.
Arnax using that flash. Nofas was forced to use his flash, but he died after the auto attack from Jace, and now Jace is in a good position. He has an extra potion, a longsword. It's going to be sold for the top lane.
It's going to be juicy for Jace with that additional attack damage in top lane and additional potion. Oh my, it's a tough time for Aurelia.
And that's what we want to see. We want to see some interesting invades. And maybe DNA were spectating some of Nofas' and Double G's game, and they thought they might do this. Let's try to counter it. And that's all about League of Legends. You try to counter a tactic by your own tactic.
And Nofas burdened his both summoners. He has no potion. And he's laning against Ritix, who's playing Caitlyn. My God.
With Karma versus Alistar.
It's
going to be
so tough for him.
And he doesn't have a potion. He actually uses potion. So the bot lane in the favor of Ritix and Javielas for sure now.
Yeah, but what touches mid lane? Arnax started with his rune prison and he flashed in. So he's really vulnerable in mid lane right now. So he has to take care and not get ganked by Olaf.
Now we're seeing Ritix and Javielas instantly pushing that bottom lane, trying to get them under the tower to harass.
They're probably trying to attract the attention from the jungler. Oh, Mantra Q goes in. they're just trying to attract some attention from the jungler, because if jungler gets into the mid lane, Arnax is really screwed. He has no flash. He started with his W. He's not capable to push out the mid lane. So all they're doing is just trying to get some attention in the bot lane.
Yeah, and
What the just top lane matchup? What do you have to say about Jace Irelia?
I think right now Jace is pretty settled. He's gonna get that level 2 faster after those 6 creeps. We've had First Blood, has more damage. He can go all in level 2 on Irelia because she won't have anything to defend herself. He's gonna proc his Thunderlords. I think he went for the Thunderlords.
No, he already has his level 2. He didn't even go for the trade.
Oh, a nice Trinket Ward coming in to spot the Hecarim. Now Olaf knows the position of Hecarim, and now he can play accordingly to that.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Orianna is just getting dominating in mid lane, because whenever you see Ryze starting with W, you have full control of a mid lane. You can do whatever you want. You can wave manage way easier.
Yeah, and actually we're seeing Irelia staying equal in that lane, and she has a pretty big wave stacked up, so she's doing pretty well in that lane.
She has potion disadvantage, so it might be difficult after a few minutes, because trades are going to extend, and
actually
it's going to be a tough time for Irelia.
Mr. getting low near that red buff. He almost died. He was 30 HP or something.
The best jungler in Lithuania.
Pretty scary. Well, we see Rush dying.
Yeah,
Where's the jungle as well. So even the best players. But we're seeing, yeah, bottom lane's being pushed out constantly, and Nofas is just forced to farm under the tower with double G's Alistar. Now Kvieles pulls up a Marta Q, hits Nofas. And actually Ryze is out pushing Domas at the moment, getting his all spells at the moment. And now Olaf is trying for a gank. Arnax gets a bit low.
He has no flash. It might be dangerous station, but he just gets away.
But Thomas gets some trade back on his face as well. So overall, not much lost for Arnax. He still has his ghost as well, so he's going for that too, utility summoners.
I'm actually quite sad that the first Drake is Ocean Drake, because people are not really fighting over it. So
we might see Olaf doing early Drake because, well, he's capable of doing that. It's Olaf. But for top lane, we're seeing Irelia having that lead. So good play coming in from Sprix.
Yeah, Sprix. He changes his nickname, like his underwear, once a month.
I think it's just an original nickname, Sprix.
Yeah, Sprix?
Yeah, Sprix.
What's his other name? Rabies Babies?
Rabies Babies,
yeah.
Oh, double G coming for that combo, but they're forced to back out. Nofas
I wouldn't say it's worth it. You have just to sustain the lane and not get killed.
Yeah, Nofas.
Divider is joining the fight in the bot lane.
Nofas uses Z. Now Divider pops his ghost, running for that Tritix. They're gonna go for Kvieles. Kvieles uses his W. Is he gonna miss? Okay, they used both of their summoners. Now double G comes for a combo, but they don't get anything out of it. And Tritix and Kvieles are pretty healthy to push them back onto the tower.
Actually, Tritix still has his flash up, and Divider got really low. He doesn't have mana to proceed the gank with the Axis, and he just is forced to back away.
I guess he was doing a gank just before his jungle player trying to help the bottom lane out, but I think in the end he didn't really help because Tritix and Kvieles are both full HP. Tritix uses heal. I mean, it's a good trait for gameplay DNA.
But Nofas now has his summoners. It's a better lane for him. He might not die. He has his arcane shift to get away, so he might not be forced to use his flash.
Actually, Arnax trading under the tower. Pretty nice trade overall. Seeing pretty equal CS in all of the lanes. As expected, Nofas is having some trouble in the bottom lane just because of the early game.
Yeah, that's the lane right there.
And both top laners backed.
Yeah, when Olaf ganked the bot lane, he lost so much tempo. He gave the information, he had to back away. And meanwhile, Hecarim, he wasn't waiting the jungle, getting the golems, getting some more advantage. And now he has 7 golems.
Nice combo coming in from double G, but now Teleport is coming in as well. Nofas is hitting Savieles and Divider
is going down.
Ritix is getting low. Karisas is joining the fight. He's hitting double G, but now Hecarim is already there. He's going for Divider. Divider gets low. Gets up to 1 to 100 HP, and now gets a double kill. And while all of that was happening, Domas was fighting Arnax in the mid lane, using that ultimate, both getting pretty low. But still, Domas has his flash.
Already 4-1 for gameplay DNA. They're aiming for that mid lane tower. Karasas, he cancelled his teleport, so the tower is going down. They're getting additional gold for first structure.
And actually,
already 2k advantage for gameplay DNA, showing up completely dominance in the early game.
And Karisas made a better play. He saw that Irelia was teleporting to the top lane. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna teleport bottom, I'm gonna help them out. We're seeing a huge engage. Irelia is gonna be alone top, that's fine. I'm gonna get my team a lead. So Eventually, we saw Hecarim getting the 2 kills. That's really crucial for him. He's going to be pretty much sold for the whole early game because that's his hardest part of the game.
Yeah, but Irelia got only like 2 waves in the top lane. Meanwhile, Jay's got the first blood tower, got some kill. He got a kill and an assist. So even though he did cancel his teleport by Separix, and now he's still in huge trouble because he's still in a huge disadvantage.
True, and as we see from the items, Jay's going for that Black Cleaver first item, finishing that Phage, gonna help him out with the movement speed.
Oh,
And we're seeing Double G with Sadielas. Oh, Double G is pretty nicely freezing that wave for Domas.
Good guy.
Ping wards being cleared out in the top lane, and Kadis is gonna opt for the back. Interesting choice. Oh, he's going for the bot lane.
Yeah,
they're
they're
switching
swapping
lanes.
the lanes. Mister is in the top lane, ready to rumble in the top lane. And actually, Nofus is left out in bot lane. They might have some difficult times.
And I'm actually interested what our team Dolphin CS LoL are gonna do. Are they gonna try to fight 3 versus 2? I think they should. Sprix should have been engaged right here. But Hecarim is already there.
Divider pops his ghost. Ritix is
interesting
flashing.
flash.
Oh my god.
And they're killing Ritix. Sprix
Ritix
is going on.
has no healing. He's going down as a kill for Dolphin CS LoL.
An interesting flash coming in from Ritix. He was trying to flash the wall maybe. It's a hard wall to flash.
It's a Dairos splash right there. He tried to flash over Alistar, but unfortunately it did not happen. He was probably trying to predict the Alistar Pulverize combination, but
And they might opt for the Caviela's dive. Look at that.
Mr. is heroes with the
They
ultimate.
spot Mister.
Axe connect, and the
And
tower
back
safe.
out. Yeah, and actually Nofus, meantime, he was getting all that farm in the bottom lane, so getting a bit back, buying that coal, opting for that late game. So right now, compared to Caitlyn, he's pretty useless, but coming in after 10 minutes, when his coal is finished, he has his mana mune, he might have some more Sheen maybe. I'm actually interested, is he gonna go for the Blue Ezreal build or for the Trinity Force build? Because it's quite vice versa. Are you gonna go for that peel, or are you gonna go for that extra movement speed and damage utility Ezreal? All right, we're seeing.
And that's the problem whenever you play champions with tiers like Ryze or Ezreal. You have to stack him up until they fight, because it's really difficult for them to trade, and Arnax is showing vice versa. So he's just going for the trade and winning them.
I guess Ryze has a really good kit on his back.
Yeah, and he has a really high base damage right there.
So having that tier is not that big of a problem for him. Plus, it's pretty healthy with that Catalyst, giving him health constantly, casting
And
spells.
so much vision. Look at the mid lane. He has a pink on the one side and a blue trinket. No, it's a yellow trinket on a Wraith
Yeah, but
choke.
actually, we see 3 wards and a skull trap on the red side. So
Yeah, both teams are aiming for that top tower. They have to defend it. They have to get it down.
it's actually really interesting leaving Ezreal versus Jace. An interesting decision by Dolphin CS LoL. They might just swap the lanes to lane 2 versus 2, but they think, let's give more farm for the Ezreal. Now, actually, Spriggs going for an engage. Ritix is getting low and he gets killed. Well played by Spriggs, going for that stun, using Irelia to the maximum. Now, actually, Mister's coming in.
He has his ultimate up.
Flash coming in from Spriggs, and was it worth it? Divider was already there. They might have faded DNA. It was a disadvantage, 3 versus 2.
Beautiful play by Sprix. He abuses the misposition of... Oh, the fight in the mid lane. He abuses the misposition of Ritix and gets punished so hard, and he's probably one of the best players at AD carry role in Lithuania, and he stays next to the Irelia and gets stunned.
Maybe he's feeling that pressure onto the stage, you never know.
Yeah, you can never know. But actually, he's an experienced player. He played a lot in Russian League and assists, so...
But maybe, you know, as we said, Lithuanian community is pretty brutal.
Yeah, a harsh community.
You know, it's one playing abroad, but when you're playing in your home stage, you know, you feel a burden on your shoulders.
Actually, you have to feel better when you're playing it at home, but not in this case.
But you never know, it's still Lithuanian team, so...
Yeah.
And we saw an engage coming in from Domas using that ultimate, but Arnox is already full health.
It's really difficult for Domas to win the trade, because even if you land the full combination, it's impossible for
now
Arnox to
again
kill
coming
him.
in, is Divider gonna hit his Q? No, it's too far. And actually Domas forced to use the exhaust. I think that's their composition. They might be trying to exhaust Ryze and then engage on him. Actually, we see Double G going around the map, doing pretty good plays and roams overall, picking up those 3 kills, 100% kill participation. So overall, well played by Double G.
I think that he's a shot caller in the team. He has a lot of experience playing in the Fnatic team as a substitute player, and he really, I've been playing with him a lot, and he understands map really well.
And now we're seeing Sprix coming in versus Karisas, and Karisas is actually low, but an engage coming in from Karis.
And Double G is here. Pulverized combination is about to begin, and Knockup is here, and Karisas is in a huge trouble. He has his flash up, he tries to get away. Flash is next to Xavielas, and he's in a huge trouble, gets away with the Blade Surge. And Mr. joins with the ultimate, Set Breaks is going down. That's another kill for Gameplay DNA.
Double G is forced to ult, uses his Pulverize to disengage, but now they're on the chase. Are they gonna go for it? Mr. is charging his E. Oh, a combo just misses, but is it the end of Mr.? Yes, he gets shut down by Alistar. So 2 for 1, and Domas was forced to go top lane. And now Olaf is left alone to defend against Ritix and Arnax. But actually, all the time, Ezreal was farming bottom lane, so that's the composition. You have a fed Caitlyn at the moment. You're trying to use her, and actually an interesting decision by Sprix and Double G. Double G was waiting out a long time for the Chase to use the combo, and it was enough time for whole Gameplay DNA team to come there. And as I said, Hecarim having that early lead is gonna help him a lot. He moves around the map so fast.
Yeah, his camp clears are insane. He's just going around the map, applying pressure to all the lanes, and Mr. is showing up really well. Also the patience from Double G, who was so patient at top lane, waiting Jace to use the combination, and then going for the Pulverize, baiting the flash.
Yeah, it was a good a good idea, but it just fell short because Gameplay DNA, they're just really fast with that Karma.
Yeah, and also the gates from Jace.
Yeah, gates from Jace, but actually a combo didn't hit from Jace, so it might have saved Hecarim's life because he could have killed Alistar faster, but happens. You can't hit all of them. Right,
At least he tried.
Yes, he tried. He actually tried for 2 of them. The second one was really close and really niche, but eventually they came short. And actually Domas is now in the top lane, Nolfos is staying in the mid lane.
And 14 minutes into the game, none of the teams are getting at least a vision next to the Dragon. Nobody is fighting over the Ocean Drake, and that's probably the problem of the current Drakes,
but
the
actually,
elemental Drakes.
The Drake for Gameplay DNA would be really good, because if they get that extra regeneration, their sieges will be just so strong.
Yeah, free Drake is a free Drake always, but they have no time for it.
You give Ryze a blue buff, you have that Ocean Drake on Jace, you can just dish out his combos constantly. I think at level 9 you have 3 to 4 combos to pull out before your mana pool ends, so that Ocean Drake will really help out in this situation.
They have perfect team composition for sieging. I mean, the Gameplay DNA, they have the traps, they have the Jace poke, so the Ocean Drake might be really beneficial, but they're just not looking at for it.
Yeah, they're opting for the jungle invades, and we're seeing Mr. going on Domas. Domas is getting low, gets ulted.
No,
and now Karisas is gonna pick up the kill. Sprix coming in from the side, flashing in onto Xavielas. He gets dodged. A nice combo coming in from Double G. Divider is now ghosting. Is he gonna pop his ultimate? Actually gets destroyed by Jace's combo. Double G is getting low,
but he's surrounded by full Gameplay DNA team, and 3 kills going in for Gameplay DNA. Probably a tower going down afterwards, and Drake is there to just waiting to be taken.
And as I said, that Jace getting this huge lead in the top lane, picking up the Black Lever, getting a blue buff as well, so they're opting for Jace to get the blue buff instead of Ryze. Good decision, because Ryze doesn't have that much AP at the moment, so it's crucial for Jace to do that combos and can kill everyone instantly. We saw Sprix doesn't even have a Trinity Force, he doesn't have the stats that he needs. Goddess is really showing on that top lane Jace.
And both teams have their tool to the late game. It's a Dolphin CS team, it's a Ezreal, and Gameplay DNA, it's Ryze. So the other members are showing up while the others have to scale, and it's a really problematic situation for Nolfos right now because he has to scale his Muramana, he has to get his cooldown, and now currently they have to just stall the game, stall it out, and wait for them to do damage.
Yeah, we're seeing that Ezreal is actually left alone in those lanes, picking up the farm, picking up the rest of the CS that he gets. So we're really seeing Dolphin CS LoL opting for that Ezreal mid-game power spike where he gets a lot of items, because they know that if they don't have the AD damage, they won't be able to do anything, because they have a really strong front line. Have that. They have Orianna combos coming in, shields, speed buffs, but eventually you need someone to do that constant damage, to do that high DPS from physical damage. And we're seeing actually Mr. coming in onto the bot lane. He's going to try to engage. He has his Trinity Force done.
He's trying to force a 1v1 fight, and ultimate does not land. Nofas is forced to flash away.
Just one E with Q combo.
Xavielas flashing in under the tower, and Rise is joining with his ultimate. He baits it out. Xavieres is going down.
Is he?
But
is
he
though?
manages to get away just for a moment, and he's not
Novas picking
safe.
up the kill. And Spriggs goes down in favor of Gameplay DNA. So 1-for-1. Novas picking up that kill on Xavieres.
That was a 1-for-1. Xavieres was surviving so long, but he did not manage to survive, and he did not expect Ezreal to appear from the other side of the wall.
And actually, Spriggs eventually finishing his Trinity Force, but Jace, I think he's going for the Sterix to survive the Aurelia's all-in.
Yeah, the Sterix Cage is a really interesting choice. Whenever you're ahead, you should opt for some more damage, but he's probably aware that he might get bursted by...
They might know that they have enough damage, they just need to stay alive at the moment. As I said, they don't really have a strong front line on their competition.
Double G is
Double G is
behind.
going in, a nice ultimate coming in from Domas, and
Arnax is
goes
going down.
just like that.
Lack of vision right there.
Oh, and actually Mr. is coming on Novas. He's gonna get
no summoners, he's going down. Mr. is trying to get away, and teleport from Zephyrix is here. He's trying to blade Surge in, man. Both teams disengage. That's a 1-for-1 in both teams, and the game is settling down again. They're just going for all-in skirmishes, dives in, and then retreats without gaining any advantage.
And I think it's better for Gameplay DNA because they can now push mid lane. Oh, they're opting to not. Okay. Because they could have pushed mid lane. You don't have Olaf on ultimate. Olaf doesn't have Ghost. Orianna doesn't have ultimate. Irelia still, she only has a Trinity Force. You have that huge chase. You have that Caitlyn with her...
Almost Infinity Edge finished, and a Hurricane,
Yeah, Hurricane coming in with 2 items, parts from Infinity Edge. So you have a lot of damage onto those towers, and getting that mid lane tower is really important for them to succeed.
I absolutely agree that you have to play around those traps, siege the towers, because even though they're ahead, like 3K, 4K advantage, but the mid lane tower is still here. It's really difficult to do the map pressure and run throughout the jungle when the mid tower is still up.
Yeah, and actually, Domas is going for that Rylai's Crystal Scepter. He knows that they don't have that much CC on their team, and it's really important to defend the Ezreal and to slow Rise to ultimate properly. So doing those constant slows with his Q, with his W, is going to be really important for them.
Mr.'s ultimate is up. He's just moving around the mid lane, trying to catch someone mispositioning.
Yeah, and actually he's
Oh,
not
he's in the
even
hole.
finishing his Cinderhulk item. He's going for maybe a Deadman's Blade for Randuin's.
Might be Randuin's against triple AD composition.
As it seems, yeah. And we're seeing Divider finishing his Cinderhulk. He has 3k HP, pretty tanky.
No, so he decided to go for the blue build.
Yeah.
A little bit tankier, not so much damage.
Yes, but this CC part is important. Now they're engaging on Divider. Rise ult is coming in, but I don't think Rise is gonna go for it. Would be pretty scary.
The perfect usage of Rise ultimate right there. Now look at me, I have the ultimate.
They got the mid tower out of it.
Mid tower's going down finally.
So it's all about mind games eventually. And now they're contesting about the blue buff.
Oh, nice sidestep by Mr. He just jukes away and then laughs.
Script?
Yeah, script on stage.
Okay, Thomas is picking up the blue buff. I think it's his first blue buff of the game.
Yeah, it was difficult for them to defend the jungle when Hecarim was so ahead. Now he has 7 kills. It's really difficult to do so even now.
It feels like solo queue. Something like that. Because usually Hecarim doesn't get a lead so easily.
Oh yeah, I know the feel of not getting blue buff.
Alright, so Thomas is getting all of the CS on the sides, so they're clearing the vision on the mid lane. Sprix is in the bottom lane. Now Javieles gets spotted down, but eventually nothing happens. Mister's going for the ward. So
Actually, Thomas is opting for a realized build, not going for the damage. I see that some players are going for more aggressive plays when you're behind. Divided it might be in trouble, but he's just too tanky and he just walks away without using anything.
Again, it's actually really interesting. The game became into an ARAM at the moment. We're seeing the top laners battling out in the bottom lane. Jace being really tanky with that Stairs gauge.
And now he can absolutely opt for those 1v1 fights against Irelia because there's no chance for us.
Irelia.
Yep, indeed.
Using his ease for that magic damage, Irelia has no magic resist whatsoever, so Jace should win the all-ins pretty easily, and overall just a pretty safe phase for him. And now we're seeing Baron.
They're opting for some wards around Baron, but
Baron
actually
being pinged.
Dolphin CS.
And actually Jace is joining them, so they might go for the sneaky Baron.
Yeah, they don't have so much vision. Team Dolphin CS might be in trouble there.
Double G
is there, but he has his flash up. He might
Rise is ulting onto the Orianna. Orianna's nice ultimate coming in from her. Arnax getting low. Domas is getting low as well. He's gonna get chased down by Hecarim. Divider is right there to help, but Double G is already low and nobody's there to help. Dolphin CS low. Divider is trying, but There's nothing he can do.
And one member going down, probably that might be the Baron. And gameplay DNA going for, yeah, they're going for the Baron. Even getting one kill is really important because Domas is down. Even though he used his shockwave, it was not enough. He was trying to get Arnax down, but he was not capable of.
Sprix is gonna get his teleport soon. I think he has his teleport. Are they gonna try to fight 4
Divider
versus
has
5?
his ghost, he has
He's
his
teleporting in.
Ragnarok. Baron at 3k HP.
Sprix is teleporting. He's in the Baron pit. Oh, he gets really low. Novas takes the shot. And now Divider is getting chased down by Karisas, but everyone's getting low. A nice combo coming in from Double G.
Baron secured by gameplay DNA. The fight's proceeding down. Novas is in huge trouble. He gets away with 100 HP. He's going down, and that's a double kill for Ritix.
And almost an ace, just Thomas left alive to defend the mid lane. And now Ritix is pushing in with that Baron buff. Everyone has the Ocean Drake. They're regenerating their health. And actually, Sprix went for the combo, but he lost the vision, and he couldn't finish Javieles. So overall, huge lead coming in from gameplay DNA.
20 minutes into the game, you get 4 members of the Dolphin CS team, and then you get the Baron, you get the structures down. So perfectly played by gameplay DNA right now.
And actually was a pretty low, but overall, really well managed fight by gameplay DNA. Everyone got low, but they all survived. And the Karma Shields are so important in those fights. Wow, what an amazing Baron contest.
They were baiting the Baron just to make the Dolphin CS come to them, and then just they picked it up one by one.
Yeah, and actually when Sprix teleported in, he lost his health to 40% instantly. Ultimate from, no, I think it was Baron damage plus Jace combo plus ultimate
and
from Caitlyn.
He was forced to flash away from the ace of the hole, and it was a probably way too early moment for teleport for him. No, he's not so far away from Guramana.
Nofas is gonna finish his Guramana, but I think it might be a little too late for it to do damage because Ritix is already there with his 2 items going in.
10,000 disadvantage at minute 24 might be a really difficult situation.
Pretty huge indeed. Finished. Yeah, Dead Man's Plate finished on Hecarim, actually going for the extra movement speed. So
9 kills on Hecarim, and he's going full tank with the Trinity Force.
As I said, Nofas is going to be really squishy in that mid game. I think Hecarim can just nearly one-shot him. If he doesn't have flash, he's going to ult on him. It might be a dive even in the mid lane.
I think the only winning condition for Team Dolphin CS is just to land a perfect shockwave by Domas. Oh, Superix is waiting in the bush, but I don't think that he has chances of doing something.
No chance in trading versus a Jace who
I think
has
that
GA.
He's forced to recall. Now he's just going in and defending the tower, right? Yeah, he's not doing anything. He's just going for the trades against Karasas, who has Guardian Angel.
Oh.
A ballsy move right there.
I think, yeah, it's important for gameplay DNA to poke Domas as much as possible because without Domas, they don't really have any damage on their side.
No, Mister is in trouble. He was chunked to 60% HP, but he gets away.
Now Ritix is pushing the tower, getting those Karma Shields, an extra shot or 2.
Yeah, traps are placed perfectly,
and now
Ritix is not abusing it.
Yeah, and Domas has his Rylai's, but that doesn't have enough damage at the moment.
Yeah, that was what I was mentioning before, because if you're going for Realize as a second item, your lack of damage, especially when you're behind, you have to land the shockwave, you have to have the damage to finish off someone. When you're going Realize, you have to be ahead, and that's not the case, definitely.
Or you have to have an AD carry that's not behind so much. Because, yeah, then you can peel him, but there's nothing to peel. You need to do damage.
But they're doing a great job right now, settling the game down, trying to catch the waves, not going in for the team fights.
They still
it's really difficult to do so against Mister, who has 9 kills.
They still have some Baron left, and what are they gonna do? Are they gonna clear the vision and try to go for that mid lane tower? They might do a final push, but no, Arnax is backing off, so they're resetting, they're gonna buy their items. Arnax actually finishing his 3 items now, getting that service embrace.
He's going for raw damage, he has no Void Staff currently, but Team Dolphin CS, they have no money, no gold to buy the magic resistance. The only guy who has magic resistance is Olaf, and he is not the main target, definitely.
And as Olaf, you need to win that early game. You have so much free stats coming in with that center health. You have tons of health, tons of AD coming in from your ultimate. You have that constant slows from your axes doing a lot of damage. But it just didn't work out, the early lead from Hecarim.
Well, the game is not over.
The game is not over yet, but Hecarim getting that huge lead in the early game really helped them out throughout the early game stage. That's what gameplay DNA needed. They needed a strong early game to transfer it into the mid game.
Yeah, but probably even right now, Team Dolphin CS LoL team, they realize that the game is really difficult to win. They have to settle down mentally. They realize that's a marathon, that's not a sprint for them, that's a best of 3 series. So even though if they lose the first game, they still have to keep calm and show the best performance they can in the next game, even though this game is still winnable.
And
I'm just saying that they have to stay mentally stable.
And Muramana being finished on the edge roll. Now Double G's face checking the bush, but
he's okay. He has his ultimate, he has his flash up, so he's not
still
in
level
trouble.
10 though. He doesn't have his ultimate level 2.
It doesn't matter when you're playing Alistar. It doesn't matter.
Well,
you have
I
level
think
6 here or not, you're tanky enough.
At the moment, I think he might just get bursted, but now they're going in on Karisa's. Divider's already there to help. He's ghosting. Karisa's getting really low. He's gonna flash through the wall.
And they have no flashes. Separix he had to follow up, but if he follows up, he wastes a lot of time, and nobody is there to defend the top lane tower.
And they didn't lose that much onto that chase on Jason, forcing that flash out, so Jace out of position.
Yeah, picking one flash for Jace, that's definitely okay.
And now DNA has to play a bit cautious because Jace has to back, has to get into the base, has to regain his L.
And it's a minute 30 for the next Baron, so probably both teams are aware of that and waiting for it. They have to get the vision.
A Dragon also coming in.
Yeah, the Drake, but I think that Drake will not be prioritized since the Baron is spawning at the same time. And they're just holding down the game, farming up.
If Nofas finishes that Blade of Ruin King, has a lot of damage, but
yeah, he can shred down the
it's all about surviving for him at this moment.
And now Domas is opting for that Void Staff, finally probably going for some raw damage. That's what they need, that's what they need, the shockwave, the damages. And that's not the case currently. They have to settle down, they have to catch the waves, get some farm.
And Caitlyn having that 3-item build done, so she can pretty much do half of the Ezreal's health if he steps into trap, so pretty
they have to be
scary.
cautious right there.
Yeah, but we saw Ritik some questionable positioning coming in the early stage. I hope doesn't happen in the last fights, because if you lose that Caitlyn, you don't really have that much sustained damage because Karius is mainly about...
He's forced to flash, nice reaction right there.
Yeah, so mainly...
He respects that the pulverized combo is about to begin and he just flashes away.
Nobody was there near him, so another flash forced by Dolphins, yes, LoL, overall, well played.
Already 2 flashes down for immobile carries, not the carries champions.
But now the main and important thing is Baron.
Yep.
What are Dolphins yes are gonna do about it?
Actually, it really depends how the strategy is for Team Gameplay DNA. They might go for the Baron, since it's the 3rd Ocean Drake already. They can just go and poke them all and regain their health with 3 Ocean Drakes.
Gameplay DNA just can stay forever at that Baron. The good thing about Dolphins yes LoL is they have all of their inhibitors, so they don't have to defend any wave.
All summoners up for Team Dolphins CS. They did a really good job fighting their summoner spills back. Karasa still has no flash, Xaviela still no flash, but the carries, they still have the summoners, and it might be a difficult case for them to get the kill for there.
Every summoner up for Dolphins yes LoL coming into the fight. Gameplay DNA picking up that Ocean Drake.
Yeah, the shot barrage does some damage, and
but
Team
it's just not enough.
They're just saying thanks for the help.
Thanks for the help. Appreciate it. Sportsmanship.
Yeah. Miltanian teams with the best.
All right, so now who's gonna get the blue buff? Domas is already there to help. Karisas wants that blue buff so much, but there's no one around him, so Domas is picking up that blue buff, and it's really crucial. He was getting low on mana, clearing those waves. And now Teleport coming in onto the Baron. They're rushing Baron. Arnax swaps his Saracen Embrace, and now they're baiting.
Mister is there just to bait the attention, but Team Dolphins here, they're aware of that the Baron is going down. They were just too late. They did not have the vision. They were suspecting that they might be doing it, but they did not have the vision.
Ultimate coming in. Domas is in big trouble. He's out of position.
Shockwave on Xavieras only. Domas is going
tons of
down.
Damage coming in by Mister. Now they're in big trouble. They're being chased down by Karisas. The whole team is on them. Karma Shield's coming in.
Double G still has flash, but he's not flashing away.
Mister going in for the tower. Nofas is getting really low. Triple kill
for Arnax. They're proceeding the fight, going in next to the inhibitor. Another person going down. That's a triple kill for Arnax and another kill for Ritix. Structures are going down. Inhibitor tower is blowed up already. They're going for inhibitor, and that's the game. That's the game one, definitely.
A nice combination of baits by Mister and Teleport coming in from Karisas, straight from the Dragon. Ryze and Caitlyn doing tons of damage onto the Nasher. And first game coming in for Gameplay DNA!
What a beautiful play right there.
Perfectly executed team composition, playing it almost perfectly, having some missteps in the early stage, but eventually getting those combos, getting those picks, getting the 2 Barons, getting those Ocean Drakes. As I said, they're really gonna come into play when you're trying to do that sieges constantly.
I think that Divider lost the tempo when he was trying to gank the bot lane. He lost the tempo right there. He uses his Ghost, he loses his resources, and then Hecarim gets a lot of advantage gaining into the enemy jungle, and that's perfectly execution by Gameplay DNA right there.
And the thing is, they tried to gank Ryze, but Ryze was still healthy after the gank, and he actually traded some damage to Doma, so eventually it was worth it for Team Gameplay DNA, because Mr. was just farming up. He's scaling up, he's getting those items, he's getting 2 kills early on. Overall, really well played by Mr. and Arnax in the
phenomenal
matchup.
performance indeed.
And the cheese in the bot lane as well. Pretty perfect.
Yeah, the level
perfect
ones.
tactic.
Interesting level ones finally, not the standard potato stain. As always.
Standard
like
defensive.
throughout all the qualifiers, everybody is standing like
I think we saw one invade throughout the whole qualifiers.
Yeah, and it was like 40 games.
Yeah.
One invade into 40 games. And now we're in the finals, and the first game they're going in full ham, showing that they have balls.
And we're seeing actually finals. That's it. That is it. So what is Dolphin CS gonna do? Are they gonna think of something different? Maybe switch up some champions, maybe opt for the double G going for an AD carry
Oh, that's the
position.
situation as well, yeah.
You know, like Blank and Bengi being changed out when they're losing some games. You never know. They might be their pocket.
I think that if Caitlyn is left open, double G might go for that.
Yeah, and actually,
It is
well played.
actually
Jin and
possible.
Caitlyn being denied for Dolphin CS LoL. Nofas was forced to go for the Ezreal. Weak early AD carry. If you get behind, you're really
Yeah,
screwed.
he's known for his mechanics. He's really mechanically strong AD carry, and now he's forced to play Ezreal, and it's really a difficult situation for him to carry out from champion like Ezreal when you have to farm out like 20 minutes.
Yeah, and overall, just really well played by Gameplay DNA. We saw Kadisas not even dying once, having that infinitive KDA.
Yeah, Infinite KDA as well. Oh, it's a perfect KDA for Karasas, 4-0-13. Who was the MVP of the game?
The MVP of the game, I'd give it to, I'm not sure even. It might be, it's between, I think it's Mr. You have to give it to Mr. I was thinking of different plays that were being done, but I think eventually Mr. came up huge. He farmed the jungle. He put the pressure where it's needed. I think really well played by Mr. So we can give the MVP to Mr.
Yeah, and probably going to short break.
I hope so. I hope so. We're obviously,
we're getting
the
a
team.
second game after the 10 minutes, so we're probably getting into the short break. And stay tuned.